Hello, I'm back with yet another video about totally nothing, or whatever you say. As I said last video, I'm also trying to fix my building capacity, because I'm very lousy at building. My builds are usually very boring and bad. And in order to do that, I usually use a lot of ground. Let's say that I want bottom half of my house or anything, I use pure stone. Now I have been lucky this time, because I've got Silk Touch coming by the dozen. And that's nice, because that means that I don't have to take cobble and put it in the furnace and make stone. So I can take stone directly. I think I have a brand new Silk Touch Unbreaking 3. And that was when I was doing the infinity bow. So I just put in one of my pitch my tools, and I got Silk Touch. So that's why I'm standing here. Now last time, however, when the last build was, I needed to do sandstone. Now sandstone is not like this, but I found an island very far away, but still totally consisting of sand and sandstone. So getting 8 stacks of sand wasn't that hard. So that build is finished. Now this is the part where I like it mostly, because I just go around getting materials, taking it easy, and I am on peaceful. I know that many people don't agree with me with this, but I do. I agree with me. I need to be on peaceful in order to not break my heart. Oh, you might actually wonder, and this is the story, what the fork is that? That is a railway. I'm taking a bit of a liberty here. There is actually a Kasagi camping somewhere in the world, and to get to that one is usually easiest to use the train lines that run past every 20 minutes or so on daytime, and every hour later in the night. And I thought, well, you should have been coming here somehow. So I just put up a little, let's call it a train line just for fun. And then you should have a station in here somewhere, and then you should walk to the camping. That's what my idea was anyway. So I do have actually 4 minecarts going back and forth here, but I'm not sure they work, so I'll see what I can do. It's all about having them work when you start, but that's also all. Right, let's continue our journey. I just jump over to Kasagi. Well, here we are at Kasagi camp, and there is a problem that is constantly streaming. I don't understand. I should probably put that one down soon. Animals, wild animals, are going astray, and they want to be here. For some reason they think this is the best spot in the whole map. I have a horse coming down soon. I think I have at least, is it 1 sheep and 2 horses that I have been forced to more or less just remove and put in here instead, just for fun. So they are not rideable, they are wild, but what the fork, what should I do? I can't kill them. So when that guy comes down here, because he will do that, I have to grab him. And I also have a white sheep coming closer over there. It was on the other side of that ridge. Now it's coming down here. Sometimes you just wonder what is wrong with Minecraft. By the way, I'm doing 1.21.5 according to the last thing. I don't see any differences so far, and I don't think there is one. Here we have my first build. I thought it looks dark. And well, yeah, it looks a bit like what I imagine I should do, but perhaps not. I'm not sure, but I'll just keep it like that. It's at least a build. There is something going wrong over there. Well, I'll get back to that if I need to. So that's that. Let's go over to the village. I pause again. Oh, and we have our little bathing spot. Changing is there, and we have a little toilet over there, and we have some tables and stuff, and we have a beach. I thought of making the beach a bit longer, but then you also need some beach in the water, and this is a river, it's not an ocean. This is actually my first ever attempt on making some sort of environmental stuff. And I'm not going to say that I'm pleased, but I'm surprised that it became as good as it is, because I'm not used to it at all. Right, now we are closing in on the village and the sun is going down. Now isn't that nice? Now that is the Ebenezer house that I was talking about. And it actually became better than I thought. It's not as good as the real one, but holy crap, this is Minecraft. I couldn't bear to do it even worse. But that's about how it looks. It should have some sort of scathing and stuff, but it doesn't. And here we have the petrol station, gas station. It's not much of it, but it's at least something. And here I suddenly started to use normal trapdoors just for fun, because that could also be a roof. Never tried that one before. Looks pretty okay, I would say. And you're not supposed to get inside. And here I also use pale oak for the first time, because I thought that could be fun. And one guy, the Ebenezer Stone, has moved in here. He's lying over there. He and his partners. Total of, I think, 16 new beds came this way, which is good, but it's also rather funny. There's not much. Oh, there are a couple of. So now the oak trees also have that falling leaf thingy. Okay. I don't need it, but that's cool. Here I still have some stuff left, I think. And then I built this one here. Happy Smithy, because we needed some more stuff. And it got 2 beds. So we're up at 18 beds total. And here we have yet another one. It's cartographer. A bit cramped, but still. The world in your hand. That's cool. Oh, holy crap. The most important thing of all, of course, we need to watch that one. It's over here. So, yeah. Crap Donald's. We need a Crap Donald's. And you're allowed to go in, no problem. And you can go up and you can order. And they will make it in lava, of course. Now these ones, as you can see, are on, and there's a reason for that, of course, because their air conditioning is out here, and if I don't have those levers on, they will be straight out. That's the part with that one. So I do have some air conditioner. I think I had some on this one as well. And there we have the Ebenezer house from this angle, and they have balconies. Thought it was pretty good, and of course they made a lot of new villagers. They always do, so yeah. And that guy is here again. He knows where I put my stuff. Totally. Good. Oh, sorry, big guy, sorry. Let's see, which one is next? Far away, I think. Let's see if I can get there. I pause again. Right, now I was talking about bad builds, and now we are closing in on one of them. It's the farm and the farmhouse and some extra. Again, there is a problem with my perception, my vision, or whatever you're gonna call it. I have a picture in my head and I can't fit it into Minecraft. Everybody else seems to be very clever at that, but I can't. On the other hand, I can't paint, I can't draw. I mean, even if you put a gun to my head, I wouldn't be able to draw a straight line, not even a parallel straight line. So anything that I build that looks remotely as I hoped it would be, I'm very pleased with, to be totally honest. Now this is an abandoned farmhouse. There are some stables there, and we have a tractor, and this tractor is actually the worst one that I've ever seen. I'm totally inclined to just tear it down. On the other hand, it's a proof that I'm no good at this, on the other hand. And then I did a little patch of land here that they just abandoned. But I'm not sure. Now this was okay, a little bit too small, but I just used the area. Otherwise it just looks, well, okay. I'll be nice. I'll be nice to myself. It's okay. Yeah. Now let's see. I should probably get rid of those. It had to do with my turtles. Let's take a pause and get over to the next build that I want to show you, and that might be the last or next to last one. And here we have my barge and a copper crane. I hope it turns green, because that would look very nice. Yeah, no, I don't do wax jobs, but still, I think green would fit it more. Most of the stuff to this barge I have taken from a sunken ship, one of those ones you see over there, and it was only the trapdoors on top that I had to do extra. Otherwise the ship is made out of crap. I thought it could be fun. And then we have some hanging containers, and there are more waiting. But it's a flat boat. It's flat keeled, so it doesn't really fit that many containers on it. The last build, let's see if I can get down to, whoops, the road. Okay, I could. And then it's the station house. Yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have made it in sandstone. Perhaps. On the other hand, it's much more, it's better looking than I thought it would. And because I could use the iron trapdoors as air conditioning, I can also use other trapdoors as vents. It should have a vent in real life, so I just put one of those. And since I made this out of this green stuff from the nether, yes, I know the door doesn't look good, but still, it's green, and it should be green. Now we should have green around the edges of the windows, but I took green tainted instead because I thought that would be fun. Right, I'm going to run over to the last one now, because this one is almost important. And this is the the egg factory. And inside here we should have a lot of chickens, or ducks as I call them. I'm trying to use the cauldrons as water sources, and that should be some sort of trough or something. And I want to let them have some green grass, and they just run around in here. Now, why would I build an egg factory? I've actually forgotten the window here. Why would I? Because I'm not going to collect the eggs. I'm not going to kill the chickens or anything, getting feathers, because that's what I do back at the base. But this is actually a reminder from me and Jaga's mum. Jaga's mum told someone, I don't think it was me, but it was someone, that the animals were very noisy and they disturbed us. And I totally agree. I think the animals should shut up. I was actually thinking of putting the settings down for them to absolutely none. Where are they? Friendly creatures. But on the other hand, I put them down at 50 now because I want that. I don't have any music. I put the weather down as much as I could. And I also tried to use the master. And that was because she said it was rather it was too much. So, as you can't really hear them. That's good. That's why I built this one. It's thought to my good friend Jaga's mum and her ideas about noise, because when I'm doing this in peaceful, these are not peaceful animals, they are noisy animals. And I built this one before I even started on the bamboo one. Why? Well, bamboo, if you get 9 bamboo, you get a block, and that block is actually a bamboo stock, sort of. And then you make that into 2 bamboo planks. So you need a lot of bamboo in order to get planks, and planks you need for everything. But bamboo spreads like wildfire. Sorry, California. But still, so it might just be that when I'm up here building this idiotic building, it was growing like fire down there, and it's a good thing. So that one is my next part. Later on I can stand here, we can get this one green, that would be nice. So I thank you for watching and I'll be back, well, perhaps with something else later on. I say bye.